It's beautiful. I mean, if you can see beauty in it, it's a beautiful October day. A little chilly out. I'm going to take you out to the boys and show you what they've been up to. They're actually working on putting doors in the shop. Big doors. So I'll let them explain how they're doing it and what for.
Hey everybody, we're building these doors here right now, and we're basically just putting these boards on like this, and we're just using a tarp material right there in that bag, and we're gonna staple it to these runs, and then we'll cut these off. Well, we're gonna staple it to the runs. We're gonna nail another one over top, so it'll be sandwiched in between two runs of 1x2, and then we'll cut these off here, and then knock this chunk out. And then we'll put like a cap over like this, and then we'll drill holes in these boards here, and then run a cable there and a pulley at the top, and then lift it up.
So it's not going to be insulated?
No, it's more like a temporary door just to close it in for the winter.
Mm-hmm. Should keep the wind out.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It is another dreary day. Seems like that is par for the course this time of year. We got a lot of them. It's just kind of, it's not raining, but it's just kind of damp. Sheep are out eating on a bale. Not super clear. Calves are out eating on the bale. Everybody's happy. All right, yesterday, well, 2 days ago, I came up with an idea on a door and figured, hey, this is going to work really good. Because this hole we closed with OSB. Long term, we'll build some proper doors, but I can't afford it right now. And I also can't find hardware for the doors that I want here. And the door I want here, way too expensive. So we'll figure something out. I did OSB there, but it takes 6 sheets to fill the hole. Each sheet is about 1,100 rubles. So that's too expensive. You're looking at almost 7,000 rubles to fill the hole. This tarp cost me about 980 rubles. And so what I got Wes to do, Wes and Waylon, is to put 1x. So this is just the 1x6 that we had. Looks like they did a wonderful job. It's actually my first inspection of it. I took one by on both sides, and it's screwed together on this tarp. It's not very thick, so I don't know how long it's going to last, but I think for 1 year it'll work pretty good. This allows us still to lift it up and down, so we can still open this. And so they built one for that hole, one for this hole, and I'll show you the inside now as well. Mainly just to keep the wind and the snow out. It's not an insulated door, of course, but it will keep things a bit drier. Beauty is it lets in a lot of light still as well. All right, so here we've got the track. It keeps it from blowing away, so the wind cannot blow it any farther than that. And then we've got cable running through to the bottom one. So what I'm going to do today, they've got, like I said, it's the first time seeing it here. They've got it hooked up. I'm not sure if it's hooked up right, though, which might be why it ain't working. Okay, so the idea was one cable coming up from this side up to the top. See if I can turn my light on for you. That doesn't really help, does it? Nope. Anyway, the idea is one cable up here and then a pulley across connected to the other cable coming up here, and then both would be pulled down together. It looks like they didn't do that. Oh, maybe he was going to do it on this side. I don't know. I'll play around with that, but that's my goal today, is to make this operational. I'll hang a weight on it to counterbalance the weight of the door, because the tarp doesn't weigh anything, but these strips of lumber do. And so by hanging a weight on there, that'll fix that. Unfortunately, the tarp looks like it's exactly the size of the door, so I had hoped that this would be covered more. So we're still probably going to get a lot of snow blowing in through here. But again, it's better than having nothing in the hole. It would be probably better if this piece covered this. All right, and then you would have no snow blowing in. But this should work, I think, very well. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. I'm going to get that finished up. Try to make it so that it's very easy to open and close, and we'll do that on both doors. We also, 2 days ago, so yesterday I was gone all day. I had to go into town to get some more passport stuff done, figured out. Ariana's passport was messed up, so we had to now go in and get our temporary residency permit put in it. So that stuff's all filed. A doctor's appointment, and what else? Just some running around to do. So the day's gone before you know it. We installed this frost-free water tap in the shop here now as well. I was gonna just turn all the water off to the barn, but then I thought, you know what? I bought 2 of these anyway, so we dug down, we hooked it up, and now the water will still be here. But I've disconnected the lines to the dairy barn and to the calves. So now we just fill our pails here on this tap. And I don't believe it's leaking. I didn't want to fill the whole thing up, but this goes down about 1.5 meters approximately into the ground. And we've also got some insulation there to keep it from freezing. So we'll go ahead and finish filling this back up, and then that's done. Every day a little bit more. The other thing I want to do, put an outlet in here. I have one on that side of the wall that I don't need right now. I'm going to move it over to here, and then the tractor could be parked in here for the winter, and we could plug it in so that it's easier starting if needed, which would be nice as well. Boys are doing chores, I think. You doing chores?
Yeah.
Why do you need a 2x4 for chores?
There's a bunch of boards in the barn that they didn't need, so we're bringing them back.
Ah, there you go. Clean it up. Good job. And then the little tractor. We'll give an update on that again very soon as well. That's it. That's all. Now I got to inspect this door and figure out what they did and what I can do to improve it. All right. Part of the problem identified. They were having a hard time pulling it up. This one might be better, but the other one, this cable on the bottom one is not centered. It was off to one side, which is going to cause this to twist. So it's important for it to be balanced in order for it to pull up in the middle, so it doesn't twist and get caught inside of here, because that would make it a lot harder to pull up. So we're going to work on this one first because the ladder's here. This is in the barn. If you haven't watched videos lately, we've got this all set up for the cows and the sheep this winter. No, they do not need insulation. No, they do not need heat. Very, very strange misconception that a lot of people seem to have is that the cattle need heat. No, absolutely not. They generate their own heat. They are created by God with a wonderful fur coat And even the pigs, their hair will all of a sudden grow longer come winter. They will keep themselves warm. They need to stay out of the wind, or have an option to get out of the wind, and they need food. So staying out or having a heated barn absolutely is not necessary. Our cows and sheep will still be going outside in the winter time. They will have access to the barn. They can come in when they want, and you will see how often they're outside, because they don't mind the cold. They don't mind it one bit. Yeah, I might need more cable though. That's not working at all, right? It's gonna twist like that. Try it out. A little heavy still. Okay, it's working much better, this door. Just was getting hung up on a few spots, and the pulley placement was wrong. Just the way the pulleys were sitting, you can't really see them up there, but it was pulling kind of funny, and the pulley was twisted. So it travels a lot better, and the first little bit's pretty easy to lift, but now the weight gets too much. And so that's the plan, is to hang a weight on it. And I don't really know how much weight. I mean, we're just gonna fill the jug full of water, and we'll tie it on and see how it goes. The problem is that the first little bit of door doesn't really require much to lift it, and so the weight will be too much for that, and the last little bit won't be enough. And that's where an actual door spring is really nice, because it keeps an even amount of tension on it the whole time. And the whole door is being lifted, of course, so the weight is consistent the whole time, versus what we're doing. You know, the beginning is really light, and then it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. But we'll try it. Hopefully it works. I don't think we'll have to open this very often. At least, you know, during the winter it'll be closed most of the time. We're gonna have most of the feed in here stored, and I'm gonna put a man door in over there so we can get in and out. And the other door, same thing. I mean, it needs to be open just once in a while. So if it's a struggle, once a week is not the end of the world. At least it keeps most of the snow and wind out, which will be really nice. Okay, I'm back from town. It turned out to be a lovely day. The sun was actually out, which is lovely. Now it's kind of going away again. I was thinking it's not a bad day though. If you look here, there isn't even any clouds. Oh, there's one. Lovely day. Doors are still looking good. So I had hoped to be able to make it work just with a weight, but it doesn't work because the bottom of the door has no weight basically, but the top has a lot of weight. It's pretty hard to balance something for that everybody can use. So what I did is I bought some winches. Bought some winches in town. We're gonna put one on each door. Gonna get Waylon to install that right now. And I got a part for my van. I needed I got a spider crawling on my neck. No, I got a blower motor. Need a new blower motor for the van. So I'm gonna install that while he is installing these. And hopefully we're both done in decent time. So this is just a winch. This is way bigger than I need. It does 1,200 kilos. It's the only one they had in the store. I got them to give me a good deal on it, so we took it. I didn't pay this much. I paid less, thankfully. And it saves me driving to Nizhny or waiting. I had to, if I order one online, it was going to take 4 or 5 days to get here. So basically, it's just a hand crank winch. Well, just like the picture shows. And be more than enough to lift this little door. But down the road, I'm going to put proper door in probably, and then I'll use this winch for something else, maybe in the barn later. But we'll mount it on a post here, run the cable up, and then when we crank it, it'll just lift the doors up and down. You know, I gotta add how much of a pleasure it is to walk on this gravel. So a lot of people are like, that'll never last. Well, you know what? This here is actually all built on topsoil too. And we've been using it for over a year now, year and a half. No issues. It's not bad at all. As long as you can get the water off the topsoil, it doesn't really sit there, then it doesn't turn mucky. I mean, yeah, if you're turning trucks around here, that's different. And we would like to strip this topsoil off before adding more. And I'm probably also going to lay down just like a geotextile cloth, because that really helps. But I mean, it's really working. The biggest problem we have now is that we're adding mud to it. Okay, because we drive through here, right? You pick up all this muck and then you leave it. It all piles on top of the gravel. And I have that on the laneway, other places too. And here's all clumps of mud. So that's the problem. If one day we can afford to get rid of all of this and make it all gravel, then we won't be doing that anymore. That would be nice. But I don't know, it takes a long time. We'll just deal with the mud for now. Such is life. So I needed a new, oh, that's interesting. I thought that was a hole. There's a sticker on there. Anyway, I needed a new blower motor. Mine still worked, but it made some funky noises. And the main thing is the resistor. So a blower motor only has 2 prongs, and yet I got 3 speeds, 1, 2, and 3. And you wonder, well, how does that work? Well, that's because it goes through a resistor. And the blower motor resistor is probably the part that would fail the most, I would think. If I can get it out, there's a challenge with one hand. So this guy takes that power, okay, takes the power from the controls here and converts it into just the 2 wires based on different speeds, and these will burn out. So mine, the plug actually melted. Something in here cooked. Now the main reason for these going is because of a faulty blower motor. So it's kind of recommended to change both. Doesn't mean you always have to, but I know mine was making some noises every now and again anyway, and then this went. So I'm changing both. The only thing I got to do yet is order a new plug. I don't know if you can see down here. This plug, see that? I got exposed wires, and it's because it actually melted this harness a bit. So I am still waiting for that to come. You can see here's melted. That's not good. This is what we noticed, and I unplugged it as we could smell something melting. So I'm waiting for a new harness yet, and then we can put it or have it working again. But at least for now, what I can do is put the motor in, hook it up. I just can't hook the resistor up yet. This plug is for the resistor. This plug is for the blower motor. So that can all be installed again, and then when the plug comes, it's just a matter of changing that out. So anyway, simple job. There's 3 bolts for this one, and then there's well, it's supposed to be 2 for this one, but I only had 1. I'm not sure, somebody lost one, I guess, or somewhere along the line. And the way these work is just by turning. So in the center here, the air comes in. This guy turns and it blows air out. So it's grabbing that air from in there and then forcing it out, and then it blows it through the ductwork. and then of course you have flaps in there. You can pick whether you want it to come out there or here or where you want it. But I'll go stick that in right now, and then hopefully then we'll have at least one thing mounted and we can get it in. Okay, we're real bad at keeping up here, but we got this door done. It was dark when we finished it up. Get my light on for some reason. There we go. So it works. I had to make a few adjustments, but it works. It can go up and down, and that's high enough to get the tractor in. The only thing I got to do is strengthening it up yet. A little noisy in here, tractor running. I just drove it in. Anyway, this one's working too. I just finished it today, or just now. So it also works really well. And same thing, I'm going to put some metal strips on here because right now there's still some flex. So if we get a really windy day, it may end up bowing and then coming out of these little tracks. And so if you look at a real garage door, especially the bigger ones, they'll have this metal, I don't know, sticks out about this far. Basically it acts like a little truss this way and keeps it from blowing around. So I'll build a couple of those yet on our metal brake and attach them, and then that'll be good enough for this year. It'll work good. What are you girls grumping about? Hey pigs! Hey pigs! Yeah, you guys are getting big. Hey, getting big. Gonna be putting one more of those in the freezer next week, and then I think I'm gonna keep the last two for breeding. So I gotta find a boar for that purpose. We're used to, at least where we were before, there was a bunch of us that would share a boar. A couple of Amish guys, myself and another guy, all had pigs, and you know, I swapped boars. Sometimes, you know, it'd be at my house for a month or two and then go to somebody else's place. It's really convenient. So hopefully I can figure that out here as well. Anyway, that's it for the door video. Hopefully Anneesa can figure out how to take all these loose little snippets and put it all together. But pretty simple do-it-yourself doors. Is it going to last a long time? No, it won't. It's just a tarp. But price-wise, it's very cheap. All the lumber can be reused again if I need to buy another tarp. And all the wires, all that stuff, everything is still good. So the tarp is really the only part that's probably going to fail fast. But it works as a quick do-it-yourself door. It's not insulated either. So this one, definitely I want to replace with an insulated door. But the other two, there's no reason why they can't be tarp for now, at least until we can afford something better. All right, God bless you. Don't forget to check out the links down below. There's lots of great content available through various different links and ways for you to support us as well. All right, catch you all in another one.